So we are at the Mission Sustainability Summit with the Ambassador of Iceland, Mr. Benedikt Höskuldsson. Thank you very much for making an appearance.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm more than happy.
Of course, sustainability is kind of on brand for Sweden and Iceland. How do you feel about what you've seen so far at the summit?
I truly like it. I truly like, the conversations that we've had because, I think, we're not on track when it comes to, achieving the goals that we set ourselves 2015 in terms of sustainability. So we need hard and difficult discussions. So what I witnessed just here before was actually that kind between the different stakeholders. Sustainability, it says in your overriding, no action, not an option. We have to. We are at a critical point in our lifetimes. We need to get to the point where we actually become more sustainable in every aspect of our lives. So I love these conversations that we're having. We need them. They're very much called for.
And of course, one of the sessions that we had in the summit was about electric vehicles. And I hear that you have a new electric vehicle. How has your experience with electric vehicles been?
I'll tell you, first of all, I will never, ever, ever go back to a fossil fuel-driven vehicle. It is a new experience in a way, in the sense that, the car drives with you, it helps you. It has an AI, it sort of supports whatever you're doing. It's a new dimension. And I believe that people who convert and go into EV vehicles, they are never going to go back. So it's a matter of how do we bring that momentum to the general public. But for that, we need infrastructure. We need those conversations that we had earlier here.
When we're talking about energy, of course, Iceland has a very unique form of energy with its geothermal energy. It is very sustainable. What do you see as the path ahead for sustainable energy for India, in your experience?
So, interestingly, Iceland, we are supporting India on this path towards a cleaner climate, and that is first and foremost through geothermal technologies. We do have very strong partners in India whom we are working with, and we see this as if the energy transition is a mosaic picture, geothermal has parts in it. It's not going to be the silver bullet solution. However, it is a very important solution in terms of that it actually can increase or enhance energy security in areas where India needs it. And I'm talking about the northern regions and the western regions where you have it in the Himalayas. So that's one. Secondly, we can actually empower the farmers through this technology, which is an old technology. This is nothing new. We've been doing this for 100 years since we started harnessing geothermal. So we're just trying to bring that now here to these regions because we believe that it's a critical, but not big, but a critical part of the solutions for the future.
When we're talking about the strategy for how to develop society in relation to the energy mix, we've seen examples of countries such as China that kind of bet on polluting energy solutions that made the country very wealthy very quickly. And we look at India, where solar panels are being built and wind farms are being built. In your opinion, what is the best approach to develop a country sustainably? Is it to get really wealthy really quickly and then clean up the environment like China is doing? Or what do you think the ideal solution would be for India in relation to the energy mix?
I think we are at a point where we cannot pollute anymore. So I would say that, in some areas, India needs to leapfrog the old technologies into new technologies. The energy transition that is called for in order to address climate change cannot wait. So in my opinion, it's not something that we look at later. It has to happen simultaneously as India and others develop. And the best way to do that is to actually leapfrog these old technologies. But for that to happen, India and others need support from countries like Iceland who have been doing, let's say, geothermal for over 100 years. We can support, we can help. There is nothing impossible about leapfrogging when it comes to this. So I believe it's critical that we don't wait. We have to do it now. We have to do it simultaneously as we develop our societies.
As a final question, do you think it is a matter of science will save us? And if you were to give us your outlook on India, how do you see the trajectory going for the next, say, 10 years for the country?
I believe people will save us because it's up to us to actually make the decisions that we need to make, but it's also us as people that need to move our leaders to address the issues that are, confronting us. So I believe it's not the technologies, it's the people who will actually, at the end of it, bring changes, and that's us.
Benedikt, thank you so much for your input.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.